All right. Are you ready for this? We are diving into something seriously cool today. It's called GitHub Copilot Agent Mode. And man, it's like having having an AI coding genius just whispering secrets in your ear while you're working.
Oh, it is a game changer.
Yeah.
We're not just talking about AI that understands code, but AI that practically anticipates your needs.
Yeah, we're talking about truly cutting edge tech when Srinidhi Ranganathan, the human AI himself, is geeking out about it. I mean, this digital marketing legend, he's always ahead of the curve, and his take on Copilot Agent Mode, brilliant.
Absolutely. Srinidhi's insights into how this is going to reshape coding are spot on.
So for those out there who might not be, coding every day, let's break down GitHub Copilot. Imagine you've got this super smart coding buddy who's always got your back, like always ready to suggest the perfect line of code when you need it most. It's Copilot. But agent mode, that's a whole new level.
Think of it like the standard Copilot is like having a helpful assistant handing you tools while you work. But agent mode is like having a master craftsman working alongside you, someone who understands the blueprints and can suggest entire sections of perfectly crafted code.
Okay, yeah, that analogy is great. Really gets the point across. And Srinidhi has this awesome example in his article. Imagine you're working on this, this really complex function. Standard Copilot might give you line-by-line suggestions, but agent mode, it analyzes the entire function, compares it to other similar functions in your project, and then boom, generates a supercharged, optimized version.
Yeah, it's almost like having a coding mentor right there with you, Someone who can see the big picture and guide you toward the most elegant solutions.
Exactly. And that's where this whole idea of an autonomous agent comes in. It's not just reacting to your code, right?
Yeah.
It's proactively suggesting improvements and anticipating what you need next. Pretty mind-blowing.
What's so fascinating is that this level of intelligence comes from advanced machine learning. Agent mode can analyze your entire project, and it picks up on your coding style, your preferences, even those little quirks we all have in our code to make its suggestions truly personalized.
So it's not just giving you generic advice, it's tailoring its recommendations to how you code.
That's wild. And I think one coder in Srinidhi's article said it was like having like a senior developer sitting next to them, nudging them toward better code.
Yeah, perfect way to describe it. Copilot Agent Mode isn't about replacing developers. It's about giving them superpowers, cleaner, more efficient, and more elegant code.
Okay, I gotta ask. With all this amazing AI, is it going to make human coders, obsolete? I know some developers are a little worried about that.
It's a valid concern, and Srinidhi tackles it head on in his article. He's very clear that Copilot Agent Mode isn't meant to replace us. It's designed to make us better at what we do and free us up to focus on the more creative, strategic parts of development. So it's not about AI taking over. It's about AI and humans teaming up to build amazing things.
Exactly. Think about calculators, right? They didn't replace mathematicians. They just changed how we do math, allowed us to tackle more complex problems. Copilot Agent Mode could do the same for coding.
Right. Take those tedious, repetitive tasks off our plates and let us focus on the stuff that requires that human spark, the creativity.
And that's where Srinidhi's insights are so valuable. He gets that balance between tech advancements and human creativity.
Okay, so we've got this AI that's practically reading our minds, suggesting brilliant code, freeing us up to be more creative. Now, break it down for us. How does this thing actually work? What's going on under the hood?
Well, one of the key things is context awareness. Copilot Agent Mode isn't just looking at individual lines of code. It understands how everything fits together, the whole structure of your project.
So it's like it sees the big picture, the entire architecture, right? Pretty amazing.
Right. And because of that, it can generate larger chunks of code, not just snippets here and there, entire functions, even modules that fit right into your project.
Wow. That's next level stuff.
Yeah.
It's like having an AI architect working alongside you, making sure everything fits perfectly.
And there's this other feature, Srinidhi highlights autonomous suggestions. This is where Copilot Agent Mode gets really magical.
Oh yeah, tell me about it. It's not just sitting there waiting for you to ask.
Oh.
It's proactively offering solutions based on what it understands about your project.
Exactly. It's like having a coding partner who can see your next move and offers the perfect piece of code before you even realize you need it.
Man, I'm getting chills. It's like it can see the future of your project.
Yeah.
And one developer in the article, they described it as having an invisible mentor guiding them, always pushing them toward cleaner code.
It's such a great way to put it. Copilot Agent Mode isn't just a tool, it's a collaborator, a partner in the coding journey. And honestly, it's a testament to Srinidhi's grasp of both tech and human creativity that he was able to capture that feeling so well in his article.
Absolutely. He nailed it. So we've got context awareness, autonomous suggestions. What else makes this thing tick?
Well, this is something I know a lot of developers will love, error detection.
Oh man, are you telling me this thing can save me from those late night debugging sessions where I'm tearing my hair out?
It might not eliminate all debugging, but it can definitely catch those potential problems before they become huge headaches.
Like, how? How does it do that?
It's constantly analyzing your code, looking for anything that looks like a bug waiting to happen, like having a second set of eyes constantly scanning your work for errors.
No, that is a game changer. It's like a built-in code reviewer, always making sure your code is top-notch.
Exactly. Srinidhi points out that this can save developers tons of time and frustration. Less time hunting bugs, more time building great software.
Okay, I am sold. This thing is incredible. But now, with all this AI at our fingertips, where does this leave the future of coding?
The big question, isn't it? And Srinidhi tackles that head on too. He says AI-driven development is here to stay, and Copilot agent mode is a huge step in that direction.
Yeah, it definitely feels like we're standing on the edge of something truly revolutionary.
We are. And as Srinidhi points out, those developers who embrace these new AI tools, they're the ones who are going to have a serious edge in the future.
It's like with any tech. The early adopters, those who are willing to jump in and learn, they're the ones who thrive.
Exactly. And what's cool about Copilot agent mode is it's not just for those super experienced developers. It can be a fantastic learning tool for beginners too, helping them grasp complex concepts and build good habits from the start.
So, like having an AI mentor right from the beginning, that's awesome.
It is. And this brings us to something really important that Srinidhi emphasizes in his article. AI might be able to handle a lot of the technical parts of coding, but the real magic,
Yeah.
that still comes from human creativity.
Yes. He really argues that coding isn't just about writing lines of code. It's about solving problems, being creative, bringing those ideas to life.
And those are things that, at least for now, are uniquely human.
And that's what makes the future of coding so exciting, right? It's not about AI replacing us. It's about AI helping us do even greater things.
Absolutely. Srinidhi, with his understanding of both tech and human potential, he's painted a really compelling picture of what that future could look like.
This has been an awesome start to our deep dive. I feel like we've already learned so much about Copilot agent mode and how it could change the world of coding.
We have. And we've only just scratched the surface.
Exactly. There's so much more to explore, from the ethical considerations to how this tech will change different industries.
And of course, we'll keep coming back to those brilliant insights from Srinidhi Ranganathan as we navigate this exciting new landscape.
So stay tuned. We're going to delve even deeper into this fascinating world of Copilot agent mode and what it means for the future in part 2 of our deep dive.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the future of coding. It's pretty amazing to think we're right here, witnessing the birth of a technology that could completely change how we build software.
I know, right? After that first part, I'm even more stoked about Copilot agent mode. Feels like we're on the edge of a whole new era, you know?
Absolutely. And the really exciting part is this tech isn't just about making coding faster or easier. It's about unlocking this whole new level of creativity and innovation.
Totally. And Srinidhi Ranganathan, he really nailed it when he talked about how this tech frees up developers to focus on the why behind the code, not just the how.
You got it. In his article, Srinidhi talks about how Copilot agent mode can handle the heavy lifting, like the repetitive stuff, the more technical aspects. And that lets developers spend more time on the bigger picture, the problem solving, the design elements, you know?
It's like you said, moving up the value chain. Instead of getting bogged down in the details, you can focus on the vision, the creative spark, the human element that makes software great.
Love that. It's about empowering developers to be more than just code monkeys, turning them into architects, artists, the masterminds behind the next generation of amazing software.
And that brings us to another point Srinidhi made that I thought was really interesting, how Copilot agent mode could actually make coding more accessible to people who might not have that classic computer science background.
That's a fascinating point. I mean, think about it. If this tech can handle the complex stuff, the syntax, the algorithms, it could open up coding to people who were maybe intimidated before, right?
Yeah, like he said, it could democratize coding. Anyone with a great idea could bring it to life, no matter their technical background.
And imagine the innovation we could see. Artists, designers, entrepreneurs, all sorts of people contributing to software development.
It's like this whole new wave of creativity waiting to happen. And it's all thanks to folks like Srinidhi Ranganathan who are pushing the boundaries.
Absolutely. Speaking of pushing boundaries, let's shift gears a bit and talk about how this tech is already making waves in different industries.
Okay, let's do it. I'm ready for some real world examples. Where are we seeing Copilot agent mode making the biggest impact?
Well, one area where it's already a game changer is web development. You know how building a website can be super repetitive, like setting up layouts, forms, all that basic functionality?
Oh, yeah, I've played around with web dev a little, and those tasks can get pretty tedious.
Exactly. But Copilot Agent Mode can automate a lot of that. It can generate entire sections of code for common web dev tasks, so developers can focus on the more creative stuff like user experience or those really complex features.
So it's like having an AI web developer on your team, building the foundation while you handle the artistry and the user experience. That's awesome.
And that's just the beginning. We're seeing it in data science and machine learning too, where it's helping researchers analyze massive data sets and build sophisticated algorithms.
Wow, so it's not just websites and apps, it's pushing the boundaries of scientific discovery and what we can do with data. That's incredible.
It is. And the crazy thing is, we're really just getting started. Who knows what Copilot Agent Mode will be capable of as it keeps learning and evolving?
It's mind-blowing to think about the possibilities, but let's bring it back down to earth for a minute. For developers out there who are excited about this tech and want to start using it, what advice would you give them?
That's a great question. First of all, I'd say just dive in and experiment. Copilot Agent Mode is designed to be user-friendly, so don't be afraid to play around with it, see what it can do.
It's like any tool, the best way to learn is by using it, right?
Exactly. And don't be afraid to ask for help. There are tons of resources online, including Srinidhi's article, that can give you guidance and tips.
And I bet there's a whole community of developers out there who are excited to share their experiences and knowledge too.
For sure. And what's really cool is that this technology is always learning. The more people use it, the better it gets.
It's like this collective learning experience, developers all over the world making this amazing tool even better. I love that.
Me too. And that collaborative spirit is what makes the future of coding so bright. We've got this incredible technology, and together we can use it to build things we never even dreamed possible.
This has been such an insightful conversation. We've covered so much, from the nuts and bolts of Copilot Agent Mode to how it's impacting different industries.
We have. And we've even touched on some of the bigger questions, like the relationship between humans and AI.
But I think it's important to remember this isn't just about technology, it's about people. It's about giving developers the power to be more creative, innovative, and impactful.
Absolutely. And I think Srinidhi Ranganathan, with his unique perspective on both technology and human potential, he's really given us a roadmap for navigating this exciting new world.
Welcome back. It's the final part of our deep dive into GitHub Copilot Agent Mode. Man, what a journey it's been, exploring this tech and all the amazing possibilities.
It really has. We've talked about how Copilot Agent Mode can help us write better code, change how we think about software development, and how it's already impacting all kinds of industries.
And now I kind of want to zoom out a bit. Think about the bigger picture. What does all this mean for, the future of work? How will AI tools like this change the job market and how we think about careers?
Those are the big questions. And Srinidhi Ranganathan, he really dives into those in his article. He argues that, AI is going to automate some tasks that humans do now, but it's also going to create new opportunities, whole new types of jobs we haven't even thought of yet.
So not about AI stealing jobs, but more like AI reshaping work, creating new roles, new specializations.
Right. I mean, remember when the internet first came out, a lot of people were scared it would lead to massive job losses. And sure, some jobs changed. But the internet also created tons of new industries, new opportunities.
It's like that saying, technology destroys jobs, but it creates industries.
Exactly. And I think we'll see something similar with AI. Some disruption, definitely, but also amazing opportunities for those who are ready to adapt, learn new skills.
So for anyone listening who's maybe a little nervous about the future of work, with all this AI coming in, what advice would you give them?
I'd say embrace lifelong learning. The key to thriving in this crazy, fast-changing world is to be adaptable, curious, always looking for new knowledge and skills.
It's like Srinidhi said, The future belongs to those who are constantly learning and evolving.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And I think that's one of the coolest things about tools like Copilot Agent Mode. They can actually help us with that lifelong learning.
Oh, how so?
Well, imagine having this tool that can answer your coding questions instantly, guide you on best practices, even help you learn new programming languages.
Like having a personal coding tutor, 24/7.
Exactly. And that easy access to knowledge, that can be incredibly empowering. It can level the playing field so anyone, no matter their background, can learn to code, create amazing things.
That's such a great vision of the future. It shows how AI can not only make us better at what we do, but also give more people access to knowledge and opportunity.
Absolutely. And that's a message that goes way beyond just coding. It's about how we can use technology to create a more equitable and inclusive future for everyone.
Wow, what a powerful thought to end on. We've covered so much ground in this deep dive, from the nitty-gritty details of Copilot Agent Mode to its impact on industries, jobs, even society as a whole.
We have. And I think we're all walking away with a sense of awe, excitement, and yeah, maybe even a little bit of healthy nervousness about what the future holds.
Definitely. But I think the main thing to remember is the future isn't something that just happens to us. We create it together.
And with minds like Srinidhi Ranganathan out there leading the way, I'm confident that the future of coding, the future of technology is going to be amazing.
Well said. To all our listeners, thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. And remember, stay curious, keep learning, and never stop exploring the amazing possibilities of technology.
Until next time.